Okay, hello everyone, my name is Ekaterina. Welcome to this ITESOL webinar. Today I will talk about a few tools and projects that can be useful for EAP classes taught remotely. So here you can see Flipgrid, you can see Kaltura, you can see Go React, and I put the title as the tools for teaching speaking and listening skills. But actually once you know the tool, you can be creative and use it in all kinds of ways, not necessarily for these specific skills. So Flipgrid is the first one you see here. It is a website that you can use to create video discussions with your students, and is also compatible with Canvas. So a few sample assignments I had with my students, was self-introductions. So they record a video about themselves and they can comment on each other videos, and in this way get to know each other and also get to know you. They also can make presentations via Flipgrid and get feedback, and that feedback can be open-ended, and there are also ways to make it more structured. You can also invite guest speakers to your class. You can share the link and a guest speaker would join the class remotely, right, through a pre-recorded video. And this can be really useful if you explore some topic and you know somebody who is an expert, and that way he can add or she to the discussion. Okay, Kaltura and Loom are screen capture tools, so that would allow you to make a video of the presentation, and also it would record whatever is going on in the desktop, so for example slides. And I think that's really good for presentations or a speaking class. Go React is another Canvas application, and this allows you to give detailed timed feedback. So I didn't use this specific tool, but I heard from my colleagues that it's really useful. So for example, you have a video project and the student makes a mistake at a certain moment, or he does really well at a certain moment, so you can give a very specific comment, so it would allow you to comment on exactly the place where this happens. Okay, so here are also a few other tools to teach speaking and listening skills. So you can see here Padlet. Padlet is a digital wall that allows students or anyone to post notes and to post images and links, and in that way they can work on group projects, so similar like to Google Docs, but in this case that kind of allows for more variety of postings. And or they can make maybe book presentations using this virtual wall to organize their thoughts. Marco Polo is a mobile application, and this can be used for video recorded speaking assignment. So basically it's video messaging mobile application, and you can create private groups and invite your students to those groups, and those can be thematical. So for example, one day they can just introduce themselves, another day they can talk about a favorite book or a favorite thing that they like to do, or they can even introduce somebody in their family. So I think it can be a great resource for a speaking class. Okay, now let's move on to reading and writing skills. So I used electronic portfolios, and that's accessible through Canvas, but it can also be you can also use other tools to create those portfolios. So basically it's like a personal space online where students can post their best papers and make some reflection on that. So what was good about this paper, or what didn't go so well, and how they want to work on that. Blogs, it can be used for non-graded writing, for example, just to create more fluency in writing, and one of the tools is blogger.com. It's free, it's a free tool. reading class, readworks.org, and there are a few other similar websites. They give you free reading material, and they also give assignments that go with those readings. Okay, a few other tools for reading writing skills. Again, Flipgrid can work for book presentations, right? So you can assign them to talk about a favorite book, and they can do it via Flipgrid. On Padlet, which is again a wall, basically a digital wall where you can post different information, they can brainstorm or outline an essay, for example. And then tools for teacher and learner interaction. You can use again WhatsApp or Marco Polo, and those are both mobile applications. So sometimes students may find I don't know, attending virtual office hours right through Canvas maybe not as convenient, and maybe if you open other options for them to interact with them, I think this can be helpful. Now there are some questions that we can answer. So the benefits of these ideas or these tools and projects, I think I had the most success with electronic portfolios and with Flipgrid. So Flipgrid is really easy to use, and it's I think it's fun. The students like to see each other's videos, and electronic portfolios are just I think they create a space for a lot of student reflection, and students sometimes don't realize that they learn all those things, and they can talk about their essays in a sophisticated way, like they know what is a thesis statement or other things. And I feel like those were I had a lot of positive experiences with those two tools. Potential issues. So sometimes students, even though they are born, many of them, into all this technology, they have trouble learning how to use it. And so some of the ways you can create tutorials for them to use, you can assign a TA to work with them, or you can just offer extra sessions to help them figure out how this works. What were the students' reactions? So again, I didn't use all of those tools. I heard about some of them, like GoReact and Marco Polo, from my colleagues, but from what I used, I feel like again most students, I think, appreciate this having those tools, because it adds more variety to the classroom. And especially now, if you teach remotely, you kind of want to, I think, explore different options. But on the other side, I feel like some students, especially at the lower levels, they struggle with English, but then there are also this additional layer of technology. So you want to think of how to scaffold those things, or how to provide more support, and how can these tools and ideas be adapted to different teaching contexts. I think they can be, and I in fact used it with both graduate students and with language teachers and with lower level students in English. And I think there are ways to kind of vary the difficulty of these tools and projects and have them work in different contexts. And finally, I want to thank Intermountain TESOL for giving me this opportunity, and also TESOL call intersection and ITA intersection for their insights and what I learned from them. And of course also USU ELI, that's my program, and my colleagues for sharing their insights and always being ready to collaborate and give support, and also academic and instructional support services at USU. And here I also list some resources. Basically the first link as 7 ideas for using Flipgrid, and some of the ideas come from there. And also there is another link, 100 ideas to use Padlet. So I hope this can be useful, and thank you for listening. Bye for now.